There's a unique patterning with headaches, and there's all kinds of causes to headaches, why we get them. But the core is really important when it comes to headaches, because there's a lot of hydraulic fluid moving through the spine and the brain, this connection between the brain and the spinal cord and all the nerves, right? And so, for headaches, the flow, if there's a lot of this pressure going up and it can't settle, first of all, one rule I have with headaches is do less. If you're a person that gets a lot of headaches, or it's something you live with a lot, see if you can do less and dial down your expectations of yourself in a lesson. So if I say roll your head, well, first of all, when you have a headache, you got to be careful about rolling your head, because that's going to shake up, it's going to wake the baby, I think about it like a baby that's crying and upset. You don't want to move the baby too much when they're in that state. And headaches are kind of like that. And so when you have a headache, do a lot less, lower your expectations, and be quiet. Like, I don't want to wake the baby. I want to rock the baby slow, or maybe not rock, maybe move far from the baby. Yeah? So like when you're doing those movements in this lesson, can you do the least amount so that your head is really cradled and that we are connecting, yeah? So you make the movements smaller and smaller. Like, how little can I do for the baby to relax? Yeah? And then the other thing is, instead of all this attention, right, to the problem, bring your attention lower to the belly. And there's a big connection with the gut and the brain. A huge connection, by the way, right? Certainly with digestion, certainly with foods. A lot of things trigger headaches. But if we can quiet the belly, yeah, and then if the movement, you could just do this lesson from the belly, yeah, and just connect to the middle. You do the pelvic roll, just go to the belly instead of the chest, yeah? Make it smaller. This is a great question of how do I deal with this with a bad headache, yeah? But the rule of thumb, and it's not even if it was a headache, maybe you had a recent injury, a back injury or something, do it much smaller and then more time resting. And that's kind of how we deal with headaches, isn't it? You can't overdo it or the headache gets worse. So then you lower your expectations and then you make the movements smaller and make the rests longer. Try that. If you review this lesson, which I'd encourage you to do, try it and make it much smaller, and don't even do some of the arm movements or rolling your head very far. Don't do some of those big movements that's going to wake the baby, Okay? And then report back. Let me know how it is if you do it smaller. If I have pain in the shoulder, then am I listening? Or am I just pushing through the pain? So if I have pain, can I back off from what I'm doing and listen? Okay? And you might have back pain, you might have leg pain, you might have groin pain, whatever the pain it is in the lesson, and it might be small. But it's really significant if you can move and not have pain. I challenge you. Can you change your position? Can you change your expectations? Can you make it smaller? Can you rest more and then come back and check? It's this increasing of respect to the body. And not just the body, it's like self-esteem. It's like respecting yourself, you see? But we're not encouraged to do that in our culture. You're encouraged to disrespect yourself and push beyond and hurt yourself. It's not going to be sustainable as you get older and older, okay? We need to actually do the opposite. But a lot of times we don't have the time. As a little kid, you were like, come on, can't wait for you, But now in these lessons, I am saying, wait for you, wait. If you can't do a movement or if it hurts, back off, rest, skip the movement even, okay?